Where there is Batman, there must also be Robin. I picked up this Lil Gotham Batman figure a couple of weeks ago, and I almost started to get Robin at the same time, but then I was a little concerned because his legs are so slim. I was like, would he really be able to stand? But I overlooked the fact that it actually does come with a stand for the figures that have slimmer legs. And the series here, like I said, I have Batman now, I have Robin. I really love these bats. I can't wait to see Robin out of the box with these bats in his hand. The Joker figure, I think I still would like to get. I haven't actually seen it in stores, but it's on Amazon at a reasonable price. Harley Quinn, I also have not seen in stores, and online, she is marked up to ridiculous prices. There is no way I would pay a huge amount of money for this figure. So if I never see it in the store, I just won't get it. That's all there is to it. And honestly, this is not one of my favorite interpretations of Harley Quinn anyway. I like the things that come along with her, the little Joker doll. She has a dog there, or I believe that should be one of the hyenas, like from the animated series. And the sledgehammer there looks really good. But overall, it's just, I don't know, something about this figure. Despite her having the blonde hair and the classic outfit, I just don't think it's the greatest interpretation of the character. So like I said, if I don't get Harley Quinn, I'm alright with that. But I definitely would like to have the Joker as well one day. And I just like the design of these characters because they're unique, even though this one does evoke Frank Miller's version of Batman the Dark Knight. But other than that, I think these are pretty unique figures here. So let's go ahead and get Robin out of the box and see how he looks with these bats in hand. Getting the bats into his hands, that was really no easy task, and I will probably adjust them a little bit more later on since the grip is different in each hand. But there is articulation in the wrist. In the arms are flexible. He can bend at the waist some as well. I don't think there's really flexibility in the head. I don't even want to play around with it too much there, but I really don't think it's meant to turn. There's flexibility with the cape, of course, but really not so worried about that because I don't plan on moving the figure around that much, especially once I get the bats exactly how I want them. And then he does have the stand there, like I said. So I think I really like having these two figures together. And like I said, I do think I will try to get the Joker as well. And the Joker also is really not, to me, one of the greatest representations of the character. But I do like him. I definitely like the squinted eyes and that kind of funny looking kid-like laugh there. And that is, I guess, the purpose of these characters since it is Lil Gotham. As a matter of fact, I may have to check out the Lil Gotham comic books. I'm not even sure how many there are, but I think I do want to check it out. And speaking of comics, I really want that to be the focus of most of the rest of this video. So if you're into comics, hopefully you'll be interested in the rest of this. Now, first of all, I want to talk about what I have read lately. I have read this, I guess, I don't know if you call it a reboot or what, but basically this new Daredevil series that's been going on. You see I have the #1, the variant cover here, which is based off of one of Tupac's album covers. Kind of hate that it does have a little scuff there because I do plan to hang on to this one, but not such a big deal for me since I'm not like a hardcore collector of comic books. But I really enjoyed this first issue, so I went ahead and I kept on reading this story arc, which is mainly about this villain here called 10 Fingers. And you can see where he gets that name from. He has 10 fingers on each hand. So yeah, I stuck with that series. It is a 5-issue story arc, and it features this character here who I wasn't really familiar with, a character named Blind Spot. He's a pretty cool hero in his own right. He has the ability, some technology that makes him go invisible, which is pretty cool. And also, let me show you again here. No surprise here that another organization got involved in the storyline, and I'm not even going to say the name. If you know Daredevil, then you know what's going on here. You know who else got involved. One nice surprise in this story arc was an appearance by Steve Rogers, Captain America. But here you see that I didn't actually read it in the comics, but I know there was a storyline where something happened with him where basically his aging caught up to him. It may have been that the super soldier serum was out of his system or something. So that is an older version of Steve Rogers, the original Captain America. And then I recently finally got to read the last issue of this run here. And this villain in particular that he's fighting there was pretty cool. I would like to see an actual real interpretation of that villain, maybe in the Netflix TV series. So yeah, this was a good story arc, a 5-issue story arc, and it was well worth it to me. Also, I read recently this first issue of Miss Marvel, and I gotta tell you, I fell in love with this character right away. She's a really good character. And I know as far as Funko Pops are concerned, we are going to get the Miss Marvel. I think Carol Danvers is her name. I'm not sure if she's the truly original Miss Marvel. I know she's the one that most people are familiar with. So I am looking forward to getting that Funko Pop, but I think they need to do one of this character as well. In case you're not familiar with her, this Miss Marvel, her real name is Kamala Khan, and she is a Muslim superhero, which I think is pretty cool. I'm all about diversity, and you know that if you saw my last poem video, how important diversity is for me and being accepting of other cultures. But this has been a pretty entertaining storyline. Even though I only read one issue so far, I still got to read this second and third issue, and I think that is just one story arc there in these 3 issues together, so that's why I just have these 3 for now. But I like that there's a little bit of high school drama going on in it. You can see that going on here, and I don't want to give away too many story details, but I'll just say props to her love interest who is with somebody else at the moment. And the reason I'm saying props to him is just because he got himself a full-figured woman, and I love some full-figured women. So yeah, that's pretty cool to me. I actually smiled when I saw that going on. And you see this issue here, the cover, it says traitor. Something else that's interesting about this storyline is basically it deals a lot with about how a superhero's image can be misused. And that's really what's going on throughout this story arc. So I'm pretty interested to see how it plays out with the high school drama aspect, and then also with the misuse of her image and finding out who exactly is behind that. I do have some other comics already that I need to read. I got a couple of Harley Quinn comics that I need to read, comics that came out of subscription boxes. I started this issue of Spider-Gwen, and it really wasn't grabbing me right away, but of course I will go back and finish reading it. It's kind of an interesting story with this whole alternative universe thing going on, or parallel universe, whatever you want to call it, but the idea that Gwen Stacy became the Spider hero instead of Peter Parker. And I still don't know all the details about what makes this world different. I know that you see it says there on her shirt, the Mary Janes, so I'm assuming Mary Jane formed a band within this universe. But like I said, I don't know a lot of details yet. It wasn't really grabbing me, but I will go back and give it a try. Also, I have this issue of Power Man and Iron Fist, and I really like this cover. This is another play on an old rap album cover, which was by Mobb Deep. So yeah, I really love that cover, and I'm hoping that the story is interesting. And if it is, then I will stick with this series as well. I saw a little mini poster. Actually, it was placed in my bag. I didn't even realize it was placed in my bag, but it's for an upcoming Moon Knight series. I have not read this character at all. I mean, nothing at all. I don't even think I've read anything where he was like a guest star in it. So if you know anything about Moon Knight, if you think he's worth checking out, please give me an idea of, you know, maybe some older Moon Knight comics that I should check out. And I may consider jumping on with this new series here. And it actually is pretty cool to me that a lot of series are starting off from issue number 1. So it does make it easy for people to jump in to it. Also, they threw in this little flyer in my bag here for Civil War 2. I didn't read the original Civil War series. To me, it was a little bit tough to follow because it was split up across so many different books. I know eventually there were the collected editions, but yeah, I just never read the original Civil War. But with Civil War 2, which mainly focuses, I believe, on Iron Man against Miss Marvel, the Carol Danvers Miss Marvel, I think I do want to check this one out, especially I know I'm going to be hyped after I see the Civil War movie. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I am going to check out this previews issue, which was also thrown into my bag, to see what else is on the horizon, because I'm really enjoying getting back into reading comics. It's been a while for me. I used to only really read graphic novels in collected editions, but actually getting back into reading the floppy comics, it's been pretty fun so far. And I've had more good experiences than bad. I mean, as far as the storylines are concerned. So yeah, this one already, I mean, I see some intriguing things going on here. I definitely want to read more about Thanos, because I really don't know enough about that character. So yeah, I'm looking forward to checking this out and seeing what else is on the horizon. And speaking of things that are on the horizon, I'm really excited because next weekend, I'm finally going to go to my first Comic-Con. I've never been to any Comic-Con at all before. So I am still looking forward to the Florence Comic-Con here in South Carolina, which will be in September. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that one, but I'm going to Raleigh, North Carolina next weekend to go to the Oak City Comic-Con with a good friend of mine and his girlfriend. So, and I think she's actually going to cosplay, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I'm just really hyped for that. I'm looking forward to that. I'm definitely going to do a video or two about that Comic-Con. I, of course, will be on a Funko hunt to see what they have out there, if there are any vendors set up. I already know that Apocalypse Comics is going to be out there. I was in Apocalypse Comics. That's where I picked up one of the Miss Marvel comics from. So I know they're going to be out there. I went to Power Comics as well yesterday, but I'm not sure if they're going to be out there at all or not, if they're going to have any representation. But I did get to meet the owner of Power Comics in Conway, South Carolina yesterday. Seems like a really nice guy. I sold back some old comics that I had. You know, he cut me a pretty good deal with that. I was really happy with that. So Power Comics and Apocalypse Comics, I have videos promoting both of those comic shops on my channel. I hope you've checked them out. And if not, please do go back and do so. You know, even if you're not in the area still, I think it's just cool to see what comic book shops have to offer. As a matter of fact, I went to a new place, well, it's new to me, yesterday, my first time ever going there, and I am going to have a video up for this location pretty soon. I'm not even going to give away what it is yet. I'm not going to say the name. Just know that that video will be up in the next day or two, hopefully, and I'll just say absolutely amazing. I was blown away, and I'm definitely going back to that place soon, and I'm going to make sure that when I do go back that I have a friend along with me. And when you see the video, you know exactly why I say it's a great place to take a friend to. But yeah, I was just, that really made my day yesterday, and also going back to the other comic shops that I mentioned. So I do want you all to tell me, if you're reading comics right now, what are you checking out? What do you think I should check out? Just give me some suggestions there. And also, as far as suggestions are concerned, I'm thinking about maybe in the next week or two switching up my shelf right here with some other Funko Pop figures, just to, you know, keep the background interesting. I could do maybe a random selection of Marvel Pop figures. I could do Civil War figures and Avengers figures. I could also do some random television and movie figures, or maybe just my personal favorites. But you all give me an idea, if I decide to switch up my background here, this shelf, what would you like to see represented there? And one more thing real quick, and this is the last thing, one more thing real quick. I do realize that I'm fast approaching 200 subscribers. Now, I've said in a previous video, I'm not stressing over how many subscribers I have, because it's more important to me to have loyal subscribers, people that are actually watching the videos and commenting, you know, and getting involved, than just to have a big number that really doesn't mean much in the long run. But I'm not going to be unappreciative. You know, when I hit 200 subscribers, I definitely need to do a special giveaway for that. And yeah, I am looking forward to hitting that number, just because it gives me another opportunity, another milestone, another reason to give back to, you know, a lucky person out there to do something for you all. So, you know, help to promote my channel. You know, like I said, the number is not a big deal, but it would be nice to go ahead and hit that 200 so I can do another special giveaway. And as far as this month's giveaway and next month's giveaway, if you paid attention, you already know what's going on there. I'm not even going to say any more about that. If you pay attention, you know. Okay, that's all for now. You all take care. And remember what I tend to say, you know, you support me, I support you, we support each other, and that's what it's all about.